so you guys know, this video is following Ricardo's farewell party that we threw him. In that video, a lot of people said their like well wishes for him and all that stuff, and just kind of shared some like sweet words. Gosh, my heater just went on, it's so loud. But they just shared their words with him, and I wanted to do it too, but at that time I knew if I did, I just probably would cry, so I didn't want to record myself. It's so weird. It's so weird. On Monday, the day before Ricardo shipped out, we picked up Hooters, we went to the hotel, and we had dinner with him. It was Ricardo, his dad, his two sisters, me, and my niece Bella, Aiden, and Owen. Aiden and Owen. I was trying to make sure because Owen didn't go the next day when we said bye. It was just gonna be overwhelming, and we were gonna be at MEPS, which is like not the best place for kids because it's kind of like serious there. That's where like the like people that are, you know, talking to them, I guess they're like talking to them, they're having their medical screenings, they're just kind of like, it's like that first initial interaction between like the sergeants and like basically all the higher ups in the military, I want to say. So I just didn't feel comfortable taking Owen and then having to watch him or like chase after him. So he actually stayed with my mom. So that Monday I didn't feel sad because I was like, oh, we're just gonna like, I'm gonna see him tomorrow on Tuesday. So I didn't feel sad. And then Tuesday came and we went to see a swear-in, and I'll share a little bit with you guys.
Solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, and that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States and the orders of the officers appointed over me. According to regulations and Uniform Code of Military Justice. So help me God. Lower your hands.
So that was his swearing, and everything was nice. We got to be with him, I think like maybe 2 hours after, just kind of hang out, and he got to eat lunch, and we were just kind of there hanging out with him. And then we said our goodbyes outside. And as much as I didn't want to cry, I was kind of like a little bit, it's not that I was sad, like I was sad of course, but like I got more sad because like I knew like right away Aiden started crying, so like it hurt to see Aiden cry because I know like he's not gonna see his dad for 8.5 weeks, and it's not like he fully understands the concept of writing the letters to him and that stuff. So it was rough. So then Wednesday came. Well, Ricardo left Tuesday. He ended up getting a layover because of the weather in Houston. So he actually had to sleep at the airport. They were gonna get them lodging, but they didn't want them to be far from the airport, so they ended up just having to sleep at the airport. So he was supposed to get to San Antonio at 8 p.m. And he ended up getting there the next morning at like 8 a.m. He was in Houston from like, I want to say like 4-ish till the next morning. His flight left at like around 7-ish. Excuse me. So Ricardo ended up messaging me the next day on Wednesday, and I was texting him throughout the day, but like I couldn't fully text him because I had an interview at a hospital and I was kind of just running around. And then like he got his phone taken away, of course, because they all get their phones, they have to give up their phones. So then I think it was Thursday on Halloween. I knew I was gonna get my phone call. Like everyone posted in there's a Facebook group for you know, us, and everyone posted they got their phone call. with the, you know, they usually have to read a script, and it's basically like, hi, I have arrived here safely. Some give their addresses out right away, and some they don't. They'll give you a second call. Ricardo, he called, it was on Halloween, and I didn't want to do anything on Halloween. And although I didn't want to do anything for Halloween, I went to my dad's house, and I wanted the boys just to go trick-or-treating because I know his block always gets a lot of trick-or-treaters. So we went to my dad's house. We went trick-or-treating to like maybe 5 houses because, you know, the weather in Chicago is horrible. So we went to my dad's house, we got candy. We went to like 5 other houses, we got candy. And I don't know, when I was leaving his house, I kind of was just like, I should go visit my father-in-law, because I know like him seeing the boys would like, it's just, they have a bond, especially Aiden and my father-in-law. Like, I just wanted to go over there. So we went over there, and I was sad because it was already going to be like 8 o'clock, and I hadn't gotten a phone call yet. And I was like, I really don't want to get a phone call on Friday. I want it today, because everyone got their phone call like within 24 hours of them getting there. And I hadn't heard from Ricardo. And then around like 8:30, we were eating dinner, and my phone rings, and it's Ricardo. And I'm like freaking out because I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want to answer, but I do want to answer. And his sisters were like, answer. And I'm like, okay, I want to answer. So then I answered the phone call, and I had one of these little cards, and I put like mailing info, and I had like the template for, I don't want to show too much, but I'll show you guys probably in the next video, but I had the template of like exactly what I needed to have on there. So like AB, and then his last name, first name, and his flight, and his TRS, and his dorm, and basically all that stuff. And I got through most of it, and then the last 4 numbers for the zip code, I heard him, and I just started tearing up. And I teared up a little bit before, but I was like, you gotta be strong. His sisters are here, his dad is here, I don't want to cry. And I'm not one to cry like that. So I wrote it down, and then like I looked at my sister-in-law Angie, and I was just like, can you do the last? Because I just can't. She knew. She looked at me and she knew, and she just wrote down the last 4 numbers. She wrote that we're not allowed to do any, we're not allowed to give any packages or any food, and that we'll see him week 8 on Thursday. So that was that. It was, like I said, it was a script. We did say we love you, and he said I love you guys too. He did in the beginning of the phone call, said I don't have much time, please make sure you have a pen and paper ready. And of course I did. I literally had been walking around everywhere I went that day on Thursday. I went to go do groceries, I went to go do like a couple things, and I took this card everywhere with me with a pen, and I was ready to answer the phone call. I was looking up like apps where you could record the phone call, but I didn't really find any that you had to pay for like a monthly membership and all this stuff. So I was like, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, it's scripted. It's not like we're having an emotional one-on-one phone call. So that was the last time I heard from Ricardo, and that was on Halloween. So week 0 for him was last week, Halloween week. It's WOT 0, week of training 0. So it's basically when they just get all their stuff, like a backpack issued to them that has a bunch of different supplies in there, and they get a certain amount deducted from their first check, so they can get like go shopping and get what they need. It's not like a shopping spree or anything. It's literally like stamps, marker, highlighter, like things like that. So that was that. As soon as I got his mailing address, the very next day I sent him a prayer card. I bought these at, I think I bought them. Where did I buy them? I bought them at Ross. Yeah, at Ross. And they're so cute. I just like fell in love with them. There's like all these different designs. I want to show you guys. This one I kind of don't really like, so I just use it like for the mailing info, and I'll probably just use it for like little other notes or stuff like that. And then the rest of these designs I really do love. I think they're all like uplifting and bright and girly, and Ricardo knows that that's me. I like to be optimistic and try to stay positive about everything. So I have yet to get a letter from Ricardo. I sent him, I sent him 2 prayer cards, 2 letters through Sandbox, so 4 letters altogether since last week. The prayer cards, I literally just write like something really small, something encouraging, and then I put in parentheses like my prayer for him. And I just started doing that because I know that that'll mean a lot to him, so I wanted to make sure that I did that. And that's why I like these cards, because they can take their time and get there whenever the mail comes. And then the Sandbox is actually overnight, so and you can send him a picture. So I sent him my first letter, I sent him a picture of us. The second letter was, I went to our friend Brian and Aaron's wedding, which I do want to share something. Wasn't that the cutest? I swear, that was just so adorable. When I saw that, I was like, how freaking unique is that? Brian, you killed it. You and your mom killed it. It was amazing. Yeah, that's it. I will keep you guys updated. Hopefully week 1 brings a letter. I'm crossing my fingers so much. I'm stalking my mailman. It's like, every day I'm out there and I'm looking, I'm like, oh, please, 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 please. I just want one letter. But I know Ricardo's probably busy, and I know he probably barely got my letter on Monday. So it'll be a second for that. Make sure you guys subscribe and like this video, and comment if you guys want to ask me a question, or if you guys want me to ask Ricardo a question, because I know he would love to answer any questions that you guys might have. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.